All right. Okay. I think it is live and yes, it is perfectly live right now. Just let me know in the comment section. Just put it out like hi, 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 and good evening. So that I'm able to understand that you guys are able to follow me. Meanwhile, it feels so good to be back live with you all guys and doing this wonderful and beautiful live session again for Umeed campaign for COVID, where we are gonna raise funds for the needy people again. And yeah, I just with a full heart of happiness and lots of positivity and of excitement inside me. I welcome each one of you to Umeed, where we are gonna raise funds for the needy people, which is in collaboration with freebirds.co. और जैसे कि आप सबको पता है कि हम हर उम्मीद का जो लाइव सेशन है वहाँ पे हम एक स्पीकर्स को लेकर आते हैं और उनके साथ we give you a really beautiful live learning experience where you come and you learn something new and you take away so much of stories and so much of positivity and so much of happiness. And I request each one of you to please support the cause of Umeed and donate whichever possible amount you can. And the link for the donation is in the description. And yeah, please go and कुछ भी हो सकता है with 50 100 whichever possible amount you can, please do donate. And also the link is also shown on the screen itself as well, so please go and donate whichever possible amount you can. So without wasting time, okay, I did not introduce myself. Anybody watching me for the first time, hi. So I am Honorake. So basically I am a solo travel blogger and I make videos on travel, culture, people, tribe, tradition, and all these kind of beautiful stories. So please do watch out the travel journeys of mine as well. But today we I have actually come for live with you for a cause which I already told you, Umeed campaign for COVID to raise funds for the needy people. Please donate whichever possible amount you can. Talking about today's speaker, I don't know. It's been 2 months they've been raising funds, and then we've been going live with the speakers across India, and also we went live with the people from out of India as well. So today's speaker is a really beautiful lady, and a charming heart, I would say, and she is what I can say, kind of a really good example of someone who really wants to take forward the culture of the Indian culture forward. She is a really young lady, but she has towards knowing and practicing the Indian culture more deeply, and that is through how she does it. That is through dance, the authentic, the ethnic dance form of India, which belongs to Assam, which is known as Sattriya. It's a classical dance form. She is a gem of a person who dances so beautifully, the art form of Kshatriya, and she is working so tremendously to take it forward amongst the masses of the people. And today we are gonna have her and have more discussion about it. And I'm personally so excited to learn more about this classical dance form of of India, that people I myself don't know much about it. So yeah, without just wasting much more time of yours, let me just humbly and so excitedly and happily invite Krishnakshi from Assam to please. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hi!
Hi, Honya. Namaskar, everyone.
Krishnakshi.
Hi.
Yeah. Can you hear me, Krishnakshi?
Yeah,
Are you
yeah,
able to follow me?
yeah. Am I audible too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, 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 you're completely, absolutely audible. And you're looking so beautiful, and especially the sari that you were actually wearing. That is
Yeah,
so
thank
pretty.
you.
Is it a traditional mekhla chadar of an
Yeah,
Assamese?
exactly. Yeah, it's slightly different from the sari. It's a two-piece attire, and it is actually the Assamese mekhla sador.
Yeah, how do I pronounce it? Mekhla Chadar,
Sadar.
chadar, no?
Yeah, yeah. You can either call it mekhela sadar or sadar mekhela. Any of the two two ways it works. Yeah, it's basically
Yes,
two
yes,
piece.
I
Yeah.
had it. That's actually looking so pretty, and I really wanted to try
Mhm.
on. Like, I tried the mekhela when once when I was there in school time when I was in 10th standard,
I
and yeah, that was the only first and the last time I had it, and that's looking so pretty on you, and you yourself is looking so pretty,
thank you so much,
and
Sonia. Thank you. So sweet of you to say that.
that was. Yeah, that was you are actually, and I, humbly pay thank you to you for coming to this session of Umeed, and to all the people. Let me just gently introduce once again, thoda sa in a more brief about Krishnakshi, this beautiful lady, just sharing the screen with me today. So Krishnakshi Kashyap, she is an Indian Kshatriya dancer and a cultural ideapreneur. She has been awarded with Young Talented Artistry Award in 2017 and 18, conferred by the Northeast Zone Cultural Center, Government of India, and also Young Achiever Award in 2020. And I'll tell you more about her. But the thing that I've mentioned that she is an Indian Kshatriya dancer. uh, People know you by a beautiful Kshatriya dancer, Krishnakshi. So I'm being kind of a person who don't know anything about Kshatriya dancer. So would you please like to tell me an entire audience the kind of a work that the kind of a art form that you do that is called Kshatriya?
Okay. Firstly, thank you, Hania, for having me here. It's wonderful to be with you. So regarding Hotria, it's one of the lesser known Indian classical art forms. There are 8 classical art forms in India recognized by the Sangeet Natak Academy, coming from different regions with different histories. The art form of
Mm-hmm.
Hotria, it developed in Assam in the later part of the 15th century in the Hotras, which are the Vaishnavite monasteries. Now, this dance form was introduced by the great saint Mahapurush Srimanta Hankardev in order to preach his philosophies of Vaishnavism, to preach his philosophies of monotheism to the laymen, to the then laymen of the 15th century. So what he did was he used the medium of art, culture, literature, dance drama, music, and a lot of other things to be able to reach out to the uneducated masses of those times. So that's how this dance from Hotria was actually introduced during that time within the 4 walls of the Hotras. Now this dance form remains within the Hotras for centuries. It was preserved there, practiced there for centuries by the male monks or bhagots. It was only much later that this dance form actually came out of those hotras and was actually performed as a modern performing arts or a performative arts that we see in today's time. So that's how the revolution or the change in it happened. So and one more thing about it is it might be surprising for a lot of people that earlier female dancers were prohibited to perform, to learn and perform and practice this art form. It was much, much, much later that actually female dancers were allowed to perform. And now we see so many beautiful female dancers actually taking this art form and performing it. So that's really great. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually so beautiful, I would say. Especially the last line that you said, earlier it was being performed by the male performer, but
Yeah.
now the slowly the girls are also coming up with that.
Yeah.
So I'm really, really happy about happy to hear
Yeah.
about that. Being someone, I have also like, I think like most of the people, they would agree with me because we have heard about the Odisha, like, something kind of a Tamil Nadu, they have different classical dance, and
Yeah.
there is
Yes,
Bharatanatyam.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, there is
Bharatanatyam is
Bharatanatyam, and all.
from
We
Tamil
have heard
Nadu.
about
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Mm. So we don't know much about the Kshatriya, and today, Krishnakshi, she is gonna train us, or she is gonna give us a guidance. She is going to inspire people like me, people like you all, to go and learn this art form because this is so beautiful. But
That's true.
Krishnakshi, before we head on to yeah, yeah. Before we head on to learning this art form, I would personally love to know about how did you go for it? What is the story behind it? Because there are so many youngsters who are really much attracted towards the Western culture. Like, it
Hmm.
seems really fancy. So
Hmm.
what made you to take this art form, which is really ethnic and really ethnic, the Indian culture, I would say. What
Hmm.
is the reason behind it?
See, Honia, firstly, what happened was when we are kids, we don't understand things. We don't understand why things are happening. It was only my mother who took me to my first guru, Indira P.P. Bora. And from her, I started my training in Bharatanatyam, not Hattriya. I started it with Bharatanatyam. So for some years, I was learning under her, and I completed the entire uh, training of Bharatanatyam under her guidance. So at that point, when I was young, I didn't realize that it's a classical art form or how important it is for us. It was just my personal happiness, joy, and fun activity that I loved dancing. I realized that, I knew that, and that was the only reason why I was dancing when I was young. Which time what happened was when we grew up, we understand the value of things. Uh, as I felt a sense of responsibility towards my own art form. When I actually later much, it was within that time only that I started my training in Hotria as well under my guru. So it was then that I understood the value of my own art form and the importance of how I have a role or I can play a role in taking it forward, my responsibility towards it, to preserve it, to promote it, to take it to the world. So that's when I understood the importance of it. And another thing is when we are kids, we do it as a fun activity, we do it out of joy and happiness. But it was much later that I understood how vast and deep these classical art forms can be, how uh, how we have so many different things. We have abhinay, and it's not just simple geometry or simple dancing. It's actually a combination of using the body and the mind and the soul together to be able to express ourselves, to be able to reach out to more people. So it's also a kind of language for me. So the perspective of dance for me, it changed over years and it's still changing. I'm trying to explore how it means differently to me every time I reach a different stage, and I maybe get to explore more of myself and dance as well. So that's been how
Yeah,
it has.
that's actually, and I think that you should thank your mama for taking you,
Yeah,
for taking
yeah,
you to that guru of yours, and then making you train and introducing you with the dance form. Because I don't think so. अगर
yeah.
mama नहीं ले जाते तो शायद you wouldn't have recognized that
Surely,
you have this
surely.
art in you.
Surely, I would definitely like to thank my mother for taking me there. I would like to thank my gurus because it's only because of them that I could actually understand how valuable and how deep and how aesthetic Indian classical art forms can be. So it's been a pleasure to be learning under them, actually, even now.
I think
Yeah,
like in your life and the kind of a thing that you have mentioned, your guru has played a major role in bringing you up in like that and the
yeah,
kind of a person and the kind of an art form that you have learned. Would you like to tell a little about small guidance about if anybody is really wanting to learn any kind of classical dance form, then where to find a guru? Because this is one of the really important concept. They get confused like किसके पास मैं जाऊं. So any
huh.
guidance to them, like initial guidance?
Yeah, so basically, what to start with, I would ask people to actually firstly watch, go out, go to events. Now, to events are not happening, but please go and watch videos in YouTube. Try to explore more about Indian classical art forms. Try to learn more about Indian classical art forms, and actually how it all began, how the histories of it, the aesthetics, and all of those. Finding a guru, I can understand it is a tough work because I never had to struggle with it. I was very young when my mom took me to my gurus, and they have been phenomenal. Each one of them, they have been phenomenal gurus and teachers. So the best way for a newcomer is to actually first explore the dance forms, explore about the differences, how they are different from one another, how the histories are different, and then they might end up choosing one of them, one of the eight classical dance forms, and then actually finds the right guru for themselves, right teacher for themselves. So that's how they might move
Mm.
forward. Yeah.
And I'm so happy that you found a right guru who were able to guide you the perfect way that you wanted, and help you out a lot to bring to you up to this level. And I
Yeah.
send I feel so happy about it. So
True, true.
Krishnakshi, I think like many of the people must be waiting for to know about what this kind of a dance form is. So,
Hmm.
would you like to share anything about some to tell people कि dance form इस तरीके से होता है? Because I myself is not aware about it.
Yes, surely. So, what happens in Indian classical dance forms is they have some very unique characteristics in them. Firstly, it's basic. It's the
Mm.
basic geometry. It's the basic pure dance. That is the Suddha Nritya. Like we do one, two, one, two. It's that basic
Okay.
pure dance. It's the geometry in the body. Secondly, it's abhinaya. That is the use of the face, the use of your emotions. For example, if I have a flower here and the flower is beautiful, so I need to express it to my audience. How will I do it? I'll use abhinaya. I will
Mm.
use the art of expression, the art of expressing my bhava into rasa so that my audience can understand that my flower is beautiful. So it's again about
हाँ.
expression. It's not just about dancing, it's not just about physical dancing, but it's also emotional and psychological to an extent. Indian classical dance is. So there we have different parts of how we interpret it, how we put it to the audience. Another very unique aspect of it is
Mm.
the literature of these dance forms. These dance forms have their own histories, and from to these histories are related their unique literature. Like for Hotria, we have our own Shankarian literature that was developed in the later part of the 15th century and also in the 16th century. So again, we have our own way of
Mm.
um, interpreting those literature in terms of spirituality, in terms of bhakti, in terms of expression, in terms of being able to reach out to the audience and propagate the philosophy of those dance forms. So uh, dance, when I talk of Indian classical dance, it's not just empty dancing. It's full of emotions. It's full of expressions. It's full of feelings. It's full of uh, uh, intention of communication. So that's how it is different from most other dance forms. Any Indian classical art
Mm.
form. Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually so beautiful, and thank you so much for sharing so much of thing about it. Like the kind of emotions and the kind of a communication and the feelings that you said is
Yeah.
so similar to, because I myself had been a theater,
Yeah.
kind of a person. Like I have done theater, and I know how the expressions and that you call it Navarasa and all
Yeah.
emotions that you emote to people
Yeah.
with the kind of a scene, the character that you do, and you
Hmm.
actually feel the character. Like you are not the kind of a
Yeah.
person, but you've been given a character, and you
Yeah.
feel that character, and then you emote into
Exactly.
it. I think that's the
Exactly.
most beautiful thing in the that I have found is so similarity between the dance, because मुझे पहले ऐसा लगता था कि बस बॉडी हिलना चाहिए and then that is
Yeah,
dance.
yeah, and as you're speaking of theater, again a very unique element of specifically of Hotria was that is that Hotria actually developed as a part of dance drama. So originally, Hotria was not just a standalone dance form, but these dances were actually a part of the bigger dance dramas that were written by the great Saint Mahapurush Shankar in the later part, as I said, in the later part of the 15th century. So that's how actually these dancers have actually a very intertwined relationship with dance dramas as well. Those Ankya Bhavnas, which are basically based on Hindu mythological stories and stories of maybe the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. So actually, as you said,
Hmm.
you spoke of theatre, so it's completely correct because these all are most of these dance forms, and specifically Hotriya, actually developed out of those Onkya Bhavnas, those dance dramas, traditional dance dramas.
That
So
is That is so
yeah,
beautiful, and I like, right now, just discussing about it, I feel so excited. I really want to see how the dance form is being done. If you can share something with me, or and with the entire audience who are going live with us, any anything about ki dance form kaisa hota hai?
yeah, we actually we have a few video clips as well. Maybe we'll play that with you, and then I can show you maybe a little bit of Abhinaya, of how we interpret Abhinaya, how we interpret Bhava. So, so
Yes.
either we can move with the videos first of our past performances, or with the Abhinaya. It's completely,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yes, I think that that's more like, people would be able to relate it more if we see the
yeah,
video first. And I'm
yeah,
so excited. Yes, yes,
yeah.
I think let's get started with the video.
I think we lost Hunia for a second. I'll try to get her in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honia's internet got disconnected. She's joining in again.
I think it is live. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. Alright, so again we are live. I think so if I'm not wrong. I'm really sorry, wo piche wale mein we were showing some dance form and then it got hanged on. And let's just wait Krishnakshi to join. With us on the screen once again, the beautiful lady is like a beautiful. She is an Indian Sattriya dancer and cultural entrepreneur. She is a beautiful lady, and she was awarded with Young Talented Artist Award in 2018 and 17, and Young Achiever Award 2020 recently for her tremendous and amazing work on promoting the ethnic, I would say, the old dance form of Indian culture, which is known as Kshatriya, which is a dance form from state called Assam. And let's wait till she comes. I think there is a really, really little error in technical error, so please stay by with us. So we were supposed to show some dance form where how to show how the Kshatriya dance actually looks like. So there is a like Bharatnatyam and there is some other kind of a dance. What are the other kinds of a dance form? I'm really sorry. Like I think it is Odia. Kuchipudi. I think like Kuchipudi. I think I did. Do you know is it like Kuchipudi or something like that? I'm really sorry. I will definitely go after this and read a lot about Indian classical dances. I know Bharatnatyam. Yes. So yes, still let's wait till she comes. But meanwhile, I would just someday like to request you all to please donate whichever possible amount you can. The link for the donation is in the description below and also written on the screen as well. So please donate whichever possible amount you can and yes, and help us to raise funds for the needy people. So yeah, let's wait till she comes. But meanwhile, just comment down in the comment section how you guys are feeling. Chal raha hai. I would gently love to know more about it. Yeah, just happening. Yes. Just like comment down in the comment section how you guys are actually feeling. Okay. Reed, hello.
Yeah, I'm trying to get her in. Uh,
Okay.
her
Okay.
network could be
Meanwhile,
some
okay. All right. Meanwhile, let me just tell about the person whose voice that you just heard just now behind the screen. He is a team who is managing all the technical work behind the scene, and these are the crew from freeverse.co. Oh yes, we have this beautiful lady once again. Hi Krishnakshi, are you able to follow me?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, there was some problem with my network, so I've been missing.
Yes, it's okay. It's okay. So we were getting started with the video, but thoda sa hang ho gaya tha. Um, Reed, can we please have the video once again? Sakshi, and you dance so beautifully, like, so gracefully, I would say. And the kind of
Yeah, thank you.
so beautiful, and the music was so beautiful. Was it your own composed song, or like, you guys made it in your own?
No, this particular choreography is of my guru, Sri Ramakrishna Talukdar sir. So I learned it from him some 10, 12 years back, and then since then I have been performing this. And also about the grace, it's again a very unique part of Satriya, that it's very graceful and it's very spontaneous. Again, I would say for those who don't know about Indian classical art forms, is most for most of them, it looks most Indian classical art forms might look similar. But what's unique is if you look deeper into them, there are so many small little differences in them. Like some dance forms are very geometrical, some dance forms are very graceful and spontaneous. Some have more footwork, some have very soft footworks. So that's how different Indian, all of the eight classical dance forms are again different from one another, even though they have so many similarities. So grace is one very important characteristic of Satriya. And regarding this music, this is a choreography of my guru.
That was so beautiful, and I told you, like, I was constantly looking at the video, and the kind of a movement that you were doing with your eyes, and with, like, the entire expression. You were going down and you were going up. That looks so elegant, I would say, and so graceful, I would say. And you were looking so beautiful,
I-
Krishnakshi.
Thank you. Actually, this story, the story that is being portrayed in this particular video is of Putna Bud. So those who know a little of Indian mythology and Indian traditional stories would know that the lady demon Putna was sent by Kansha, Krishna's uncle. Kansha, it was sent by she was sent by Kansa to kill Krishna by breastfeeding him her poisonous milk, and how Krishna on the little Krishna, how he killed the lady demon Putna. So it's that story being portrayed through dance.
That was so beautiful, and I would love to know more about it. Like before we played on the video, you said you would talk about Abhinaya or something. I am so
Yeah,
sorry if I forgot. Yeah,
it's okay.
you said that you would tell us about it. Like, tell me and train me so that I get inspired and try to try these kind of art form.
Yeah, yeah. So we have different aspects of interpreting how we use our face, how we use our face and the language of the face to be able to express ourselves. One is Navarasa. Another thing that I haven't spoken much is Hav Bhav, that is Bhava. Bhava means what we feel. In today's session, I would like to concentrate more in Navarasa. Navarasa means Nava means nine and Rasa means emotion. So this means that the nine principal emotions that we have in our even in our day-to-day lives. It's not that we have these emotions only in dance. We have them even in our day-to-day lives. Like the first one is Shringara. Shringara means love, love, beauty, anything. I have a flower that's beautiful. That's Shringara. I'm looking into someone whom I think is beautiful. I'm looking into the beautiful scenery. It's Shringara. It's love. It's a beauty. It's how we look into beauty. The second one, I'm talking of the nine Navarasas one by one. The first one was Shringara. Second one
Yes,
was,
yes.
yeah, the second one is Haisha. Haisha means laughter. You laugh. When you're happy, you laugh. When you smile, that's again a different type of Haisha. You laugh, you are laughing loud, so laughing out loud. So that's again a different type of Haisha. The third one is Karuna. Karuna is compassion. We show Karuna is a feeling pity, is sadness. It's all form of sadness, pity, feeling pity and compassion. Like Karuna, I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling sad. That's how we express Karuna with our face. So it's Karuna. The third one is Veera. Veera is bravery. Like we use it when we show different characters in our Onkya Bhavanas or dance, like the kings.
Hmm.
That's Veera. That's being brave. That's the fourth one. The fifth one is Rodra. Rodra is anger. How we show anger. So that's anger. We only use our face, we use our eyes, our eyebrows, our lips to just express these different emotions. Rodra is, no, the fifth one is Rodra. Then Bhayanaka. Bhayanaka is being scared, is being afraid of something. I'm scared of something. That's now see, I'm using the same features, but the way I'm doing Rodra is much different from the way I'm doing Bhayanaka. Bhayanaka is being scared, so that's Bhayanaka. The next one is Bibhacha. Bibhacha is disgust. I'm feeling disgusted by something, by looking at something, or by the smell of something. Bhayanaka. The next one is Adbhuta. Adbhuta is wonder.
Mm.
So it's the same features of the face, but we interpret the different rasas so differently. And the last one is Shanta, that is tranquility, peace. Now, in our day-to-day lives, you don't we don't feel them, and we use very subtle forms of these abhinaya, these navarasas in our day-to-day lives. And in most cases, what happens is when we use it in our day-to-day lives, it's not just one rasa; it's a combination of two, three rasas. Like for maybe in some situation, we might be sad and angry at someone at the very same time. So in real life, we use combinations of this. It's not important that we use only one rasa at a time, but these are the 9 principal emotions in dance, in classical dance. Yeah.
That actually is so beautiful, and the way you were doing, I was constantly observing your expressions, and you were doing it so flawlessly, I would say. But I realize the fact that because we've been also trained the same, and we know that how difficult it is to emote through your expression and emote through your
Yeah.
eyes and your
Hmm.
facial expression. It's
Yeah.
sometimes really easy to express through our own physical body, like the hands and the body, that
Hmm.
it's really difficult to emote through your expression. And
Yeah.
you were doing it so beautifully. I love to know, how long did it take for you to learn this art of emoting through your expression? How
Yeah.
difficult it was?
See, the way it's being taught, it becomes so interesting and easy. When we teach our students, we teach them using examples of real life. Like, for example, I want to show Bhayanaka. When I teach my students, my little ones, so for them, they might not be able to understand Bhayanaka. So what we do is we give them situations. For example, we make them imagine that consider you are reading a book or something, and you see a snake, or you have a bag with you, and you put your hand into it and a snake comes out. So that now that happens very spontaneously when people imagine things, when they understand and do it rather than just doing it mechanically. So that's how we were taught these navarasas, by comparing them to our day-to-day lives. Like, we saw a snake, we saw a tiger, we will it's very natural for our body and our face to react to it. So, and even when we were learning under our gurus, we always had different. We had slots separately kept for practicing Navaras. It only happens with years and years of practice, because it's so difficult to express that exact emotion using just the face. So it
Mm.
happens only with practice.
Mhm. Yeah, that absolutely, so true. And to all the honest, I would just love to say that the kind of a thing, the expression that Krishnakshi did right now is not just overnight work. It's years and years of training, and you have to be really patient about it and have
Hmm.
lots of passion towards learning this art form and meditate this art form. Previous.
Yeah. Honia, actually, I'm not getting your voice. I'm not getting your
Okay.
voice. Yeah.
Hello,
Yeah.
can you
Yeah.
hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, so I was saying that so previously I had a session with one guy from Tripura. So he
Yeah.
sings so beautifully the folk song, the Bengali folk
Yeah,
song
yeah,
that has been
I
designed.
yeah, I saw
And
that.
he mentioned one thing that, the singing and the art form is something that a person has to meditate. Like,
Hmm.
it's a meditation. And this classical dance form, Kshatriya, I think it's like, it's quite similar to that. Someone has to meditate to attend that
Yeah.
excellence.
Yeah, yeah, all types of Indian classical dance, including and it's another thing. In traditional Assamese way, we pronounce it as Hotriya, not Satriya,
Yeah.
but we write it as it's written as Satriya, SATT. But when we pronounce it traditionally, it's Hotriya. So yeah, so moving on to the to what you were saying. So yeah, in every Indian classical dance form. As I already mentioned, it's not just dance. It's a combination of actually bringing together the mind and the body. It's coming to that state uh, of that coming to that perfect state of bliss and comfort, and where you can actually concentrate on doing what you are doing. So for that requires a lot of practice, a lot of, and that can only happen if you have passion within you, if you have the
Yeah.
fire that's burning within you. It can only happen. Otherwise, what happens is initially people are motivated to do, and then after a time, it just becomes thin air. So the fire must be burning within you for any art, any kind of sports, to be able to do good in anything. You need passion, you need dedication, you need a strong will to actually keep doing it, even if it doesn't work. Sometimes what happens is we have to keep doing the same step for so many times, and it doesn't work out. It's not happening. It's not looking good. But then you have to keep doing it. It's that passion, it's that will that actually make things happen. And so it is. That's why it's being compared to meditating, because you have to bring your mind into that state of calmness, that state of having that level of strong willpower.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. And thank you so much for sharing such beautiful, wise wisdom to me. And I am personally so inspired. मुझे ऐसा फील हो रहा है कि यार मैंने ऐसा कुछ आर्ट फॉर्म क्यों नहीं सीखा that
Yeah.
dance form मैंने क्यों नहीं सीखा. So definitely, like, I would love to know more about it and learn in a personal, at least मतलब कुछ तो सीखूं मैं. Like, I am personally so inspired with this session today. So well, to all the
Thank you.
people, I yeah, thank you instead, I would say, for inspiring me today.
Thank you for having me here. It was really wonderful. It's really wonderful
Yeah.
to be talking to you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think our gratitude is mutual today because I
Yeah.
am getting so inspired by you. And yeah, so all the people, I would also love to add on, like, uh, Krishnakshi, she is also helping out. Like, she also has an NGO, if I'm not wrong, right?
It's not an NGO, but it's actually an initiative on my own, for which we
Mm.
had sponsors, we had people who were supporting it financially and in the organizational terms. It's not exactly an NGO, but it's just an initiative from, if you're talking about this empowerment to arts thing, right?
Yes, yes, yes. And I was just
Yes.
coming to the point, like,
Yeah,
empowerment
yeah,
through art.
yeah.
So Krishnakshi, she has initiated an initiative whereby she, like, is promoting this art form, the dance form, and she is helping out the underprivileged girls and, like, training them and, helping them to grow with this art form and, like, promoting this art form in to amongst people as much as possible so that we preserve it. And I think, like, Krishnakshi, you are doing a really, really good job, and I would love to know more about it.
Uh, yeah, so basically, how it started, basically, the aim of this initiative was to be able to firstly promote these Indian classical art forms amongst the younger generation, amongst the people who will be, who are the future of our country, who are the
Mm,
stakeholders of Indian arts. And secondly, to be able to empower girls, empower less privileged girls living in shelter homes and orphanages. So it was to empower them to be able to understand, to be able to realize and understand their dreams, their potentialities, by giving them an opportunity to firstly learn and then
mm,
perform this art form on stage. to be able to actually boost their self-esteem, to boost their confidence, to make them realize that yes, they can also do that. It's not just anyone can do, anyone can learn, anyone can understand Indian arts. And many people think that it's very tough. Will that be too tough for me? Will I be able to learn it? It takes so much practice. It takes so much hard work. Even before learning, people have such thoughts, and then they move back. Will I be able to do it? No, I won't be able to do it. So for to actually break those prejudices and actually give them the opportunity to feel the confidence. And another thing is, as a child and also now, I feel a different kind of bliss and happiness in dance, through dance. So I wanted to share that with as many
Yeah.
people as I can. So that's how this initiative started. And initially, for the first year, we had an organization named IPAF, International Performing Arts Festival, who was helping us, sponsoring this entire event. And even for this year, we had plans, but then there's this pandemic, so it's being maybe we'll have it again in the next year. So it's an ongoing project so that we can empower underprivileged and less privileged girls as much as we can through Indian arts and through dance.
That is so beautiful, Krishnakshi, and I said all the blessings, and I'm really, really happy, and I'm so proud of you. Like how you're taking forward this art form, dance art form, to this level, and also sending a message to the people and sharing your wisdom, good wisdom to them, and helping out the underprivileged girls. I would say you're doing a wonderful job. And in case like in a all you have something to share with us about regarding this empowerment through art, we would love to experience it.
Yeah, we have a video ready for of that particular event. We can share that with you. So,
Yeah.
yeah. As a part of that event, what happens is after a workshop, after 10 or 15 days extensive workshop of around 5 to 6, they give around 5 to 6 hours, more than that, every day to be able to prepare themselves to be able to present on stage. And after that 10 and 15 days of extensive workshop, they perform a complete recital, maybe a 30 minutes or 35 minutes recital on stage. So I have a small clipping of it. If that could be shared, it would be great. So
Yes, absolutely. I'm so excited.
thì nó thế nhị động tất cả thì ta thì động tất thì nó thế nhị động tất cả thì ta thì động
Yeah, that was so beautiful once again. Like, the moment the video started, I could
hmm,
see a huge people and the two small little girl at the end
yeah,
of the corner. They were looking so cute, I would say.
yeah,
So,
it's true.
so this is something like, a kind of an event that you do for the
Hmm.
empowerment through art. Okay, as this was the same event that you were supposed to have this year as well.
Yeah, so it happened. It started last year. We did two workshops. Firstly in Delhi, in Old Delhi, for a shelter home in Old Delhi, and then we did it in Guwahati. For this year, we had plans for Benares and again in Delhi, but it couldn't happen. So maybe it will happen in 2021, maybe. So we hope for the best.
Yeah, I feel like, I'm sending so much of a lot of prayer, my deepest prayer, so that it happens. And many of the
Thank
people,
you.
the girls, they get helped by this approach of yours, this beautiful initiative of yours. And I'll repeat it once again that you were looking so beautiful. The entire crew was looking so beautiful. I was just feeling that I should have been there to witness that. And I would love to witness it personally if at all I get a chance. Just please let me know whenever it happens. I would, it agar
Surely,
hota hai, I
surely,
would love to visit there.
surely, surely, Hanika. I would love that too. If you ever get,
That is
yeah,
so beautiful. Krishnakshi, like like before we have almost come to the end of the session, but
yeah.
before I end up the session, I wanted to know more. If at all anybody wants to get in connected with you or wants to learn this art form,
Hmm.
so how do they get connected with you, or how to from where they can learn this?
Yeah. So as of now, I'm actually having my own classes. I do conduct workshops regularly. Even in the last month, we had two workshops. One of them was my work from my own production, from my own uh, from my side, and another one was organized by an US based or three US based organizations. It was for both of them. They had participants from India and also abroad who wanted to learn these Indian dance forms, but were not getting the opportunity to maybe find a guru, or maybe not being able to physically visit an academy maybe during these times. So now, presently, keeping in mind the situation that we are into now, we have moved online for online classes, online sessions, workshops, and a whole lot of events. So if anyone wants to start learning, and not just it's not just for those who are trained. Even we are having new sessions, special sessions for newcomers, for those who don't uh, know anything about Indian arts, for those who are above 40 and maybe felt that they should start doing something, and maybe wants to learn some parts of these dance forms. So we are having sessions, regular sessions these days, so anyone can, please feel free to reach out.
That's absolutely so beautiful, and whichever necessary information that you need to connect to Krishnakshi, then we will positively put it down in the description, and also
Yeah,
follow her on Instagram. I will put her Instagram ID also there in the description, so you can reach out to her and learn this beautiful dance form. अगर कोई नहीं करेगा तो but I myself is so inspired to do this and try it all. At least I will will convince that Honya you at least try this art form, because in Arunachal, if you say, people are not really familiar with these kinds of art form, and that's
yeah,
Bharatanatyam and the classical. It's a recent time where the people are coming up with these
yeah,
kind of
yeah, true.
curricular activities.
Hmm.
Earlier, then it was nothing like that. So I
Yeah.
just wish that in my childhood I would have done that and practiced something.
No, it's never too late to learn. For everyone. This is for everyone. It's never too late to start learning something, to start exploring something. So it's not just you have to feel that maybe I am too old to learn this, or maybe why didn't I do this when I was a child. Oh, it's true that it's easier to learn things, to grasp things when you are young, because your body is flexible, more flexible then, and you are more open to things. But it's not like that. It's anyone can learn at any age.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. And I would add on one more thing with Krishnakshi is just the barrier is not just what people say, the barrier is all the barriers in our mind. So if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
direct in your mind that you can do it, then you can do it.
yeah, definitely. It's
And
just
everything,
the power of your will. Yeah,
And I think the kind of a conversation we had, Krishnakshi told about this dance form, it is more, I can definitely vouch my words over here that it will help you to transform you from inside, because
yeah,
it's not just a dance form, but it will teach you more about yourself, and it will teach you more
true.
about the kind of the emotions and the kind of a person that a person has to be, and
Yeah,
the moral values. And so beautiful, Krishnakshi, and thank you so much for coming to Umeed and sharing your beautiful wisdom with us. Thank you so much.
thank you for having me here. It was great. It was wonderful to be here to share my experiences.
Yeah, I was actually so worried before coming to the session. It's like, oh my God, Horia, there's this one session that you are doing with Tukka Marke, because you know anything about, because I read about this dance form back in the night, and then I was like, Honya, what we are going to talk in the video, and we had a long, 1 hour conversation. और हमें पता
Yeah,
भी नहीं था I
Uh,
think
even I couldn't realize that 1 hour has passed by. It's just that now, yeah,
that was that was so beautiful, and I learned so many things from you. Thank you so much for sharing so much of wisdom,
it
and
was a
thank you
pleasure.
so much to yeah, and thank you so much to the freebirds.co team for managing the entire thing. So this Umeed is in collaboration with freebirds.co, which is an online platform, a live learning platform where people it's a community, I would say, where the people of different, like, passion and interest, they come together, and they venture so many live experience for you all, learning experience, be it from yoga, be it from even the dance form. Krishnakshi, you're doing some workshops over there, no?
Yeah, yeah. I had an initial session with Freebirds where I spoke about this specifically about
Yeah.
Sattriya and its history and a lot of other things. Yeah.
So guys, you can also, like, in case Krishnakshi, she has some workshops in freebirds.co, you can book over there and you can definitely join them.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
yeah,
sure.
also I request you all guys to extend your support to freebirds.co and support them and watch their live learning experience, because वो बहुत सारे free experiences भी कराते हैं, which is really helpful. So please go through that, and also I would request you all guys to please donate whichever possible amount you can. कुछ लगता है, the link for the donation is in the description. Please visit there and donate. So actually, like, before we end up, would gently, like, love to know if anything that you want to give to people at the last, like, a small wisdom that you wanted to share to people.
Yeah. Firstly, I would like to request everyone, please donate. Please donate, even if it's a small amount. Please do that. It might be it would be of a great help for people who need it. And regarding my last words, I would say is, as I already mentioned, that it's never late to learn anything, to start learning anything. So please don't shy away and start. If you have a passion that's maybe you couldn't get the opportunity to learn it in the right age. So maybe this is the right time for. And I'm not speaking primarily of dance. It can be anything. It can be dance, music, theater, drama, sports, anything. Please don't shy away to learn. Learn as much as you can. It's never late to learn. And secondly, have uh, have that. Let the fire that is burning within you be the motivation, be the inspiration to be able to do what you want to do, to be let that be your power of will, let that be your determination, let that be your driving force to reach where you want to reach. And that's what I want to share with everyone.
That is so beautiful, Krishnakshi, and thank you so much for sharing so much of inspiring and motivating and with the motivating wisdom with me and with all the audience right now. I hope that I am also personally so being inspired by having this session today with you, and I'm sure
Thank
many of the
you.
people who are watching, they have also been inspired. And definitely, I pray and extend all the best wishes to you, and कुछ भी ऐसा होता है, any kind of shows that happen, then please I would love to visit once and
Surely,
experience
surely,
it.
surely. I would love that. I would love that. And it was wonderful being with you.
Yeah, thank
Surely.
you so much. That feels so good. And with this, we have to bid bye bye to you all, guys. And yeah, खुश रहना और स्वस्थ रहना और take care of your family, take care of yourself, take care of your heart, and take care of your mind, because that's really important. And we'll see you once again. Yes, we'll see you once again very soon. I'll keep you updated on Instagram. चलो ठीक है. Thank you so much for joining, and please donate whichever possible amount you can. Bye, Krishnakshi. Namaste.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
Namaskar.
Thank
Bye
you so
bye.
much. That was so sweet. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.